Hi, everyone. So I wanted to give you a brief little tour here of how I have Brightspace set up for our class. Many of you may be new to Brightspace. Many of you may be new to the idea of an LMS in general. I use Brightspace probably differently than a lot of your other faculty members are going to use it. So I really like to spend a little time here at the beginning before we get started, just showing you how I've got it set up, where I think you're going to need to spend your time and focus your attention with the class. So here's the landing page once you log into Brightspace. If you're having any problems logging into Brightspace, make sure you contact the ITC help desk and they can get you straightened out there. This is our class, College Writing, Fall 2022. We've got this kind of crazy library image here. You'll see that's kind of a theme I've got for this semester for us. We're going to go ahead and click on that when we want to go into the class. Before we go into the class, I do want to show you one thing just kind of about Brightspace in general. You'll see here I've only got a few courses showing on my homepage, and that may be the case for you as well. Brightspace has two ways of organizing courses when you get to this landing page. One is it can show you all of your courses. And for now, for many of you, that might not be a problem because this might be your first semester here at Xavier, so you've only got 4, 5, or 6 classes showing up. But those courses are going to remain next semester and the semester after that and the semester after that. So it's going to start piling up pretty quickly. In Brightspace, what you can do is what they call pin a course. Right? You can see here a few of these courses. I've got this little pin icon. To pin a course, you come to the All section of my courses. You put your mouse over that course you want to pin. You'll see a little icon pop up in the corner with 3 dots. If you click on that and you select pin, then that will get added to your pinned classes. And you can see that icon right there. So that when I go to the pinned section, I'm only going to see, right now I've got these 6 classes pinned, and I actually need to clear out a few of these old ones. If I want to unpin a class, I just click on that pin icon and it disappears. Okay, so now let's go ahead and jump into our course. A few things to take a look at here. And again, this is going to look different for each of your classes because professors can set these up differently. I don't use the announcements a whole lot, but I do leave them up here for you all just in case I want to put something out there that I want everybody to notice. If I really need to get in touch with the class about something, whether it's a schedule change or something else for class, I'll send out an email to everybody. Updates, it just kind of lets you know kind of some changes that have been made within the course itself. And then work to do. I use the Brightspace due dates and deadlines quite a bit. Right? So here you're going to see assignments that are due in the next, in this case, couple of weeks here. This is pretty handy, right? As long as your professor is actually using those due dates and deadlines in Brightspace, you can kind of keep track of things real clearly here. So I really like to make sure. So you can see everything that's due and when it's due in these next 2 weeks, really. Okay, and that's obviously going to be updated. As you finish those things, the list will get shorter, and then as we move on in time, the list will change. Okay, so kind of pay attention to that. The 2 areas where we're going to focus our energies for this class are the content section and the grades section. Really, we're going to focus our energies on the content section. This is where I keep everything for the class. And even when you need to take a look at something else within Brightspace, you're going to have a link to it from the content section. I've got these different sections set up here on the content area. These first 3 are the things I want you to work through before we actually meet as a class on Tuesday. So the Welcome to Class section has several pages here which give you some information about kind of me and the class itself. You've seen now the course introduction probably. Here is the instructor introduction with some information about me and my pets. Right? If you want to go to the next page in these content areas, you just click on the arrow at the top or at the bottom of the page, and it'll take you to the next page. I've got some links in here as well, but those arrows are pretty handy. So I want you to take a look at everything that's in this welcome to class section. And I want you to take a look at everything that's in the about this class section. The about this class section is really what would normally be called the syllabus. I don't like to spend a whole lot of time on the first day of class just going over the syllabus. I find that to be really kind of dull and slow, right? And I find students agree with me. So I want you to take a look at it before class and then let me know if you've got any questions about it before class. And then lastly, what I want you to take a look at is what's called the assignment sheets page. This is where I have assignments about some of our different major assignments that we're going to do this semester. So the reading reflections that you'll do, we'll talk about those, the learning portfolio that you'll turn in by the end of the semester, and the different essays that you're going to write for the class. So make sure you take a look at those 3 sections before class on Tuesday. The other area that you can't really access right now, but you will be able to soon, is that each week I'm going to have a special set of pages here. Right? So week 1, these will open up on the Sunday, the beginning of the week, and you'll be able to access them throughout the week. Right? You'll have an introduction, which just kind of talks about what we're going to be doing and focusing on during that week. The class plan will provide specific outline of what we're doing in class, and if there's any links you need or anything like that, they'll be embedded in those pages as well. And in the after class activities page, we'll talk about what you need to do after a given class. So pay attention to those. Those are the kind of things I'll actually ask you to take a look at when we're in class. So even when we're in class in person, I'll probably ask you to have your phone or your computer out and have you logged into this site so that you can follow along with these things. Okay, that's where we're going to spend most of our time, right? And pretty much everything you need for this class, you're going to be able to access through those content pages. One other area that I do want you to be familiar with is the grades page. Now, as you'll find when you start to take a look at the syllabus, I use grades a little bit differently than other faculty members, but you're going to be able to keep track of all of the work that you do for me this semester. You see I've got it arranged by week. So here's the work I want you to do for week 1, and once it's done, it's going to show up here as probably completed. We'll talk about that a little bit more in class as well. So get used to that. Check that quite often as well. A couple of other things I'll just point out to you. If you click on your name here at the top corner, you can go to your profile, and in that area you can provide some additional information about yourself. You don't have to plug in anything here, but it's great if you want to. I would encourage you to put a picture of yourself, kind of a clear and obviously appropriate picture of yourself here. It helps your professors like me learn who you are even when you're not in class with us. The other thing I'd ask you to take a look at is the notifications page here in Brightspace. Brightspace has a very robust notifications system, but you have to set it up, right? So you can plug in your phone number here and you can choose to have text messages or emails. I don't like getting the emails, I like getting the text messages. And it'll tell you if you want that you've got an assignment due in 2 days. It'll tell you if you want if you've got a quiz for a class due in 2 days, right? And as long as your professor is using those deadlines, they'll show up here and then you'll get notifications about those. If you get a new grade, it'll send you a message about that. So spend some time taking a look at that and set it up in the way you want it to be set up because it's really, really useful, but you've got to set it up to get it to work. Okay, that's it for our class. I look forward to meeting you all on Tuesday and seeing what kind of questions you've got for me. Thanks.